I want you to understand something that many people do not realize until it is too late. Life is full of blessings, but they are forces, spiritual forces, that seek to block, hinder, and even steal from you what rightfully belongs to you. I am talking about your destiny, your prosperity, your peace, and your joy. And one of the most dangerous of these forces is the witchcraft that exists not only around us, but often in the hidden corners of our lives. Now I am not speaking in fear. I am speaking in truth. I am speaking in awareness, because the first step to victory is knowledge, and the second step is vigilance. And when it comes to understanding witchcraft, one of the most powerful revelations you can have is that it does not always announce itself with dramatic signs. Sometimes it whispers, music. Sometimes it moves subtly, and one of the ways it moves is through your body, through pains, through discomforts, through symptoms that seem ordinary, music, but are actually spiritual signals. I want you to pay close attention. Some of these pains may have been bothering you for months, years even, and you have written them off as normal aging, stress, or just bad luck. But today, we are going to shine the light on these hidden signals. And when you recognize them, you will understand that your blessing might be under attack. The first sign comes in your back. Yes, music, your back. Have you ever noticed a persistent pain in your lower back that no doctor can explain? A stiffness that comes and goes, often when you're about to step into a new level of success? That pain is not random. The back represents support, the backbone of your life, the very foundation on which your destiny rests. And when a witch desires to steal your blessings, they attack the foundation. They attack your back to weaken your strength, music, your resolve, and your ability to carry your God-given responsibilities. Now, the second pain is in your shoulders. Shoulders carry burdens. They carry responsibilities. They carry your dreams. Have you been feeling an unusual heaviness on your shoulders, as if life itself is pressing down on you even when nothing has changed? That heaviness is not merely stress. It is a spiritual attempt to burden you with fatigue and frustration so that you cannot move forward. The enemy knows that when your shoulders are weak, your vision suffers. And that is exactly why you must recognize these pains for what they are, an interruption of your blessings. The third pain manifests in your head: headaches, music, pressure, dizziness. The head represents authority, wisdom, and clarity. It is the seat of your decision-making, your insight, and your leadership. When a witch desires to steal your blessings, they will attack your mind. They will cloud your thoughts, confuse your judgment, and even make you doubt your purpose. That persistent headache, that tension that never seems to go away, could very well be a spiritual warning that someone is attempting to manipulate your destiny through witchcraft. The fourth is pain in your chest. Yes, your chest, the place of your heart, your emotions, and your spirit. If you feel an unusual tightness, an inexplicable heaviness, music, or discomfort that doctors cannot explain, this is more than a physical symptom. It is a spiritual attack on your inner peace. Witches seek to steal your blessings by creating emotional turmoil, by generating fear, anxiety, and hopelessness. And when your heart is under siege, your ability to enjoy the blessings of life is diminished. The fifth signal is persistent fatigue, or weakness in your hands and arms. Your hands are the instruments of your labor, the tools through which you create and manifest your destiny. And when a witch desires to steal your blessings, they will seek music to render your hands weak. They will sap your energy, dull your focus, and make it difficult for you to complete the work that will bring your breakthrough. Notice when your hands feel heavier than usual, when your grip is not as strong as it should be, and when fatigue comes without reason. This is a spiritual signal. The sixth pain is in your legs. Your legs represent movement, progress, and your ability to run the race of life that God has set before you. If you experience sudden pains, weakness, or numbness in your legs, it could be more than a circulation issue. It could be a spiritual attempt to hinder your progress, to make you slow down, to prevent you from stepping into the opportunities and blessings that are rightfully yours. Do not ignore persistent leg pains, especially when nothing physically seems wrong. The seventh and final pain I want to bring to your attention is stomach pain or digestive issues. The stomach represents reception, intake, and assimilation. It is the vessel through which we take in nourishment. Spiritually, it represents your ability to receive blessings, opportunities, and prosperity. When a witch seeks to steal your blessings, they attack your stomach, causing discomfort, unease, and even sickness. They want to prevent you from receiving the goodness of God. And when your body cannot properly assimilate, your soul cannot properly progress. These pains are not mere coincidences. They are signals. They are warnings. They are spiritual alarms. And if you have been experiencing any combination of these pains, back, shoulders, head, chest, hands, legs, stomach, you must pay attention. You must take action. The enemy does not operate in broad daylight. They operate in secrecy. They operate through subtle means. And the most dangerous thing you can do, music, is ignore these signs. You see, your body is your temple. It is your instrument. It is the vessel through which your destiny is carried. And when your body sends you messages, it is your responsibility to listen. You cannot afford to dismiss these pains as normal. You cannot afford to assume it is coincidence, because every pain has a purpose. Every discomfort has a meaning. Every ache is a message. And when you understand this, you gain the power to protect your blessings, to safeguard your destiny, and to rise above the schemes of darkness that seek to hold you down. You must understand that spiritual attacks are not always loud. They are often quiet, persistent, and disguised as ordinary ailments. And the moment you become aware, the moment you discern the truth, the moment you take authority over your life, the enemy loses ground. You must not only recognize these pains, but you must also respond. You must respond with faith, with prayer, with vigilance, and with the knowledge that your body, your spirit, and your destiny are not to be toyed with. You must guard yourself, your family, your home, and your life with wisdom and discernment. And my beloved, I tell you, the power of awareness cannot be overstated. Once you understand that a witch may be attempting to steal your blessings through subtle attacks on your body, you are no longer powerless. Knowledge is the first weapon, faith is the second, and action is the third. Every time you feel an unexplained pain, remember it could be a spiritual alert. Do not dismiss it. Do not ignore it. Take it seriously. Pray, seek God's guidance, stand in authority, and protect your blessings with everything you have. Because the moment you ignore these signs, the moment you dismiss them as mere coincidence, you open the door. And once the door is open, the enemy has access. But when you are alert, aware, and prepared, you are unstoppable. Now, let me speak to you about the subtleties of these attacks. You see, when a witch targets your body to steal your blessings, it is rarely blatant. It does not come with a warning sign that says, "I am here to steal your success." No, it comes quietly, almost invisibly, and that is why many people suffer needlessly, not knowing that their pain is spiritual in origin. Let me give you an example. A young man I once knew, full of potential, bright, talented, and gifted by God, began experiencing sudden back pain. It was intermittent at first, but over time it became persistent. Doctors examined him, ran tests, but everything appeared normal. He tried to ignore it. He tried to work harder, thinking it was just fatigue. But the moment he began to rise in his career, the pain would return stronger than ever. That young man was unaware that spiritual forces were attempting to weaken his foundation to make him unable to carry the weight of his blessings. And this is where discernment becomes critical. You cannot rely solely on physical explanations. You must be spiritually sensitive. You must pay attention to patterns. When pain coincides with moments of opportunity, promotion, or breakthrough, it is not random. My beloved, it is spiritual interference. And the moment you recognize it, you can take authority, you can pray, you can rebuke, you can protect yourself and your blessings, Consider the shoulders, my beloved. The weight you carry is not always your own. Sometimes others seek to transfer their burdens onto you, but more dangerously, spiritual forces seek to burden you, to sap your strength, and to make you feel incapable. A witch knows that when your shoulders are heavy, your ability to move forward, to push past opposition, and to carry responsibility is diminished. That is why when you experience unusual heaviness, unexplained fatigue, or pressure that feels supernatural, you must act immediately. You must rise in faith. You must declare your freedom. Now the head, oh the head. So many people dismiss headaches as minor annoyances. But your head, my beloved, is the seat of your authority. Your decisions, your discernment, your wisdom, and your vision all originate in your mind. And when a witch seeks to steal your blessings, they target your head. They confuse your thoughts, cloud your judgment, music, and make you question your abilities. A persistent headache at crucial moments is no accident. It is spiritual resistance. And the moment you recognize it, you take action. You declare clarity. You speak victory over your mind. You refuse confusion and the chest. I cannot stress enough the importance of the chest. This is the place of your heart, your emotions, and your inner peace. A heavy chest, tightness, or discomfort without medical explanation can be a spiritual warning. Witches seek to disturb your emotional equilibrium because they know that when your heart is troubled, your faith wavers, your hope diminishes, and your ability to enjoy your blessings is compromised. The moment you feel this, rise, pray, music, speak peace, protect your spirit. Do not allow darkness to steal your joy, hands and arms. How many of us understand the power of our hands? Hands are instruments of creation. They build, they craft, they manifest God's favor. When you feel unusual weakness, fatigue, or heaviness in your hands, it is not random. It is a spiritual attempt to limit your ability to receive and operate in your calling. My beloved, a witch knows that if your hands are weakened, your productivity suffers and the manifestation of your blessings is delayed. Legs. Your legs carry you through life. They take you to your opportunities. They allow you to run the race that is set before you. And when you experience unexplained pain, numbness, or weakness, it is often a sign that spiritual forces are attempting to slow you down, to hinder your movement, music, and to prevent you from stepping into your destiny. You must not ignore these signals. Your legs are not ordinary. They are sacred instruments. Guard them, protect them. Declare strength and mobility over them. The stomach, the place of reception, the vessel through which nourishment comes. Spiritually, it represents your ability to receive blessings. Unexplained digestive issues, stomach pains, or discomfort may be more than physical. They may be a spiritual barrier which is desired to prevent you from receiving, from enjoying, and from assimilating the goodness that is meant for you. And when this music happens, your blessings are delayed, your prosperity is hindered, and your joy is diminished. Now let me emphasize this. These pains are messages. They are alarms from God through your body. They are warnings that your blessings are being targeted. And just as a wise person would not ignore a fire alarm, neither should you ignore these signs. You must understand that spiritual interference is strategic. It is calculated. It does not happen at random. And the moment you become aware, the moment you exercise authority, the moment you refuse to succumb, you take back control. That is why you must not only be aware of the pains, but also understand their patterns. They often coincide with moments of promotion, moments of opportunity, or moments when a breakthrough is about to occur. And I want you to see this clearly. The enemy attacks your body because your body is the gateway to your blessings. If he can weaken your body, he can weaken your spirit. If he can disturb your health, he can disturb your faith. If he can distract you with pain, he can divert you from purpose. But my beloved, the moment you understand this, the moment you recognize the signs, the moment you take action, you reclaim your territory, you must guard yourself. Music. Protect your body with prayer. Protect your body with vigilance. Protect your body with faith. Speak life over your health. Speak strength over your body. Do not allow unseen forces to dictate your destiny. And remember, these pains are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to alert you. They are meant to awaken you. They are meant to give you the awareness and the tools to rise above the schemes of darkness. You see, the most powerful weapon you have is knowledge. The second is faith. And the third is action. When you combine these, you are unstoppable. No witch, no curse, no attack can prevail against a person who is alert, aware, and spiritually vigilant. The moment you feel an unexplained pain, the moment you notice an unusual discomfort, the moment you recognize a pattern, act immediately. Pray, rebuke, declare your freedom, protect your blessings, stand firm in faith. And do not give room to the enemy, because when you ignore these signs, when you dismiss them, music, you are giving permission. But when you act, when you take authority, when you rise in awareness, you reclaim every blessing, every opportunity, and every promise that belongs to you. Now I want you to understand something very important. These pains that I have described, the back, the shoulders, the head, the chest, the hands, the legs, the stomach, are not meant to scare you. No, they are meant to alert you. They meant to awaken you to the reality of spiritual warfare in your life. And awareness music is power. The moment you become aware, the moment you recognize the signs, the moment you discern the truth, you step into authority over your life. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman, music, full of faith, committed to her work and walking in her purpose. She began experiencing severe headaches that no doctor could explain. She ignored them at first, but every time she was about to receive a promotion at work, the headaches returned stronger than ever. At first, she thought it was stress. Then she thought it was fatigue. But eventually, through prayer and discernment, she realized that someone was attempting to steal her blessing through spiritual means. The moment she acknowledged it, the moment she spoke faith over her life, the headaches disappeared. And shortly after, she received the promotion that had been delayed for months. You see, the enemy cannot stop a person who is alert. He cannot prevail over a person who recognizes his tactics. He cannot defeat a person who rises in knowledge, faith, and action. And that is why you must not dismiss your body's warnings. When unexplained pains arise, it is a message, a spiritual alarm designed to redirect your attention to the forces working against your blessings. Now I want to speak about spiritual strategy. You cannot fight what you do not understand. You cannot overcome what you do not recognize. And the first strategy is awareness. Pay attention to your body. Notice the patterns. When do these pains appear? What triggers them? Are they coinciding with moments of opportunity, promotion, or new blessings? Awareness is the first weapon in your arsenal. The second strategy is authority. You have authority over your life. You have authority over your body. You have authority over your destiny. Speak over your pains. Rebuke the interference. Declare health, strength, and protection over yourself. Understand that your body is not a victim. It is an instrument through which your blessings are carried. And when you speak with authority, darkness cannot prevail. The third strategy is vigilance. Spiritual attacks are not always predictable. They are often subtle, silent, music, and persistent. You must be vigilant in prayer, in worship, in meditation, and in declaring the word of God over your life. Protect your mind from doubt, music your heart from fear, and your body from interference. Vigilance is the shield that prevents the enemy from gaining a foothold. Let me give you another example. A man I know began experiencing sudden leg weakness just as he was about to launch a business that would change his life. Doctors found nothing wrong and he was ready to give up, but he refused to ignore the signs. He prayed, he fasted, he declared strength over his legs, and he sought spiritual guidance. Within weeks, the weakness disappeared, music, and his business began to flourish beyond what he had imagined. My beloved, this is not coincidence. This is the power of discernment and authority, music. And now let me speak to the emotional side of this. The chest, my beloved, music, the place of your heart. When the heart is under attack, joy is diminished. When peace is disturbed, faith wavers, which is seek to disturb your emotional and spiritual balance because they understand that a troubled heart cannot receive blessings. So when you feel emotional heaviness, anxiety, or unexplained sadness, recognize it as a signal and do not accept it. Declare peace over your heart. Speak joy into your life. Guard your emotions as you would guard your treasure because your blessings depend on your ability to remain steadfast in heart and mind. Hands are not ordinary. Music. They are instruments of creation. When you feel weakness, fatigue, or heaviness, it is a signal that something is attempting to limit your ability to work, to produce, and to manifest God's favor. Speak strength over your hands. Declare energy. Declare productivity every time your hands falter without explanation. Music. Take it seriously. Stand in authority and refuse delay. And the stomach, oh the stomach, it is the vessel through which blessings are received. When it is under attack, your ability to receive good things diminishes. That is why unexplained digestive issues, discomfort, or unease are more than physical. They are spiritual signals. You must rise in faith. You must music declare your right to receive. Speak life over your stomach. Speak blessings over your body. Understand that your blessings are not negotiable and nothing can take them without your permission. Listen carefully. The key to overcoming these attacks is consistency. Awareness must be consistent. Prayer must be consistent. Authority must be exercised daily. You cannot wait until the pain becomes unbearable. You must act immediately. Protect your body. Protect your mind. Protect your spirit. Protect your blessings. And remember, the enemy seeks to attack in layers. One pain may seem small, but when combined with others, it can create a sense of hopelessness, frustration, and delay. That is why you must recognize the pattern. Do not ignore one pain while dismissing another. The attacks are often synchronized to target your body, your mind, and your spirit all at once. But my beloved, when you are aware, when you act with authority, when you remain vigilant, the scheme fails. I want to emphasize this. Spiritual attacks are not random. They are strategic. They target the areas of your body that correspond to your life's blessings. They attempt to weaken your foundation, your responsibility, your clarity, your music, peace, your productivity, your progress, and your ability to receive. But my beloved, God has equipped you with everything you need to resist, music to overcome, and to rise above. Your body is not a victim. It is your instrument. Your health is not a coincidence. Your energy is not random. Your ability to move, to think, to act, and to receive is intentional. Music, and when you recognize the signs, you step into authority. You reclaim what belongs to you. You protect your blessings. Now let me tell you, my beloved, there is power in observation. There is power in discernment. There is power in recognizing the enemy's tactics before they manifest fully. When you see the signs early, pain in your back, shoulders, head, chest, hands, legs, or stomach, music, you can intervene. You can declare victory. You can prevent delay. You can protect your life and your destiny. And here is what I want you to understand. The enemy does not fight the unaware. He does not struggle against the vigilant. He does not contend with the spiritually alert. When you are awake, aware, and active, his schemes crumble. Your awareness is your weapon. Your faith is your shield. Your action is your sword. I want you to understand something very important. The body is a reflection of the spiritual battle being waged in your life. Every ache, every pain, every unusual fatigue is a message, and those who ignore these messages often suffer needlessly. But those who pay attention, those who discern, those who act, they rise above, they reclaim what is rightfully theirs. Take the back pain, for example. So many people ignore it until it becomes unbearable. But the back is the foundation of your life, the structure upon which your blessings are carried. When a witch attacks your back, they are trying to shake your foundation, to make you feel weak, to prevent you from standing strong in the responsibilities God has given you. And my beloved, it is at these moments when the attack comes that you must rise in awareness, speak strength over your back, and declare your victory and the shoulders. My beloved, the weight you carry is not always your own. Sometimes it is imposed by life, by circumstances, or by people. But more dangerously, spiritual forces seek to burden you, to make you feel overwhelmed, to limit your ability to move forward. A heavy shoulder is not just physical, it is a warning, and the moment you recognize it, you must act, you must lift your hands in prayer, you must declare lightness, strength, and power. You must refuse to be burdened beyond what is necessary. Now the head, listen carefully, the head is the seat of your authority. It is where your vision, your strategy, and your decisions originate. When headaches, dizziness, or confusion appear without explanation, you must understand this is an attempt to cloud your judgment, to disrupt your clarity, to delay your progress. And the moment you realize it, you must speak with authority. You must declare, clarity, wisdom, and understanding. Do it here. You must refuse confusion because your mind is the gateway to your destiny. The chest, the place of your heart, your emotions, and your spirit. When tightness or discomfort arises, it is often a spiritual attempt to disturb your peace. The enemy knows that a troubled heart cannot enjoy the blessings of life. That is why emotional heaviness, anxiety, or unexplained sadness is a signal, and you must not accept it. Declare peace over your chest. Speak joy over your heart. Protect your emotions as you would protect your most treasured possession, because your blessings are tied to your ability to remain steadfast in spirit. Hands and arms. My beloved, these are the instruments of your labor, the tools through which your destiny is executed. Weakness, fatigue, or heaviness in your hands is a spiritual attack. It is designed to limit your ability to create, to work, and to manifest your blessings. Speak strength over your hands. Declare energy. Declare productivity. Every time your hands falter without explanation, take it seriously. Refuse delay. Exercise authority. Act in faith. Legs, the instruments of movement and progress. When your legs are weak, numb, or in pain, it is a spiritual attempt to prevent your movement toward opportunity and breakthrough. The moment you recognize it, declare strength over your legs. Music, speak freedom into your stride. Understand that your ability to move is directly connected to your ability to fulfill your destiny. Do not allow hindrances to slow your race. Stand firm, rise up, and move with purpose. The stomach, the vessel of reception.